Cecilia Omorogbe, who is the expert here, is right here in the studio. Cecilia, good morning.
Good morning.
So we have 10 people that went for this World Cup, 10 countries. 3 called cleared for the next round. The others fighting. Tunisia, literally out of the window. So we can say maybe 6?
Six fighting. Yeah.
Would you say we have done well so far?
I think so, because, you know, there's a first for all of them. You know, we know Morocco got to the semi-final, so the Moroccans were not really in the debate. So we're talking about those that will go home first. We thought South Africa would be the first to pack their bags and go. No one expected Tunisia to actually be the first to go, even after 2 games, based on the fact that they scored about 22 goals in qualifiers, didn't lose a game, but then ended up conceding how many? 12, you know, at the World Cup, and they're home. They needed at least a win against Netherlands, which was going to be a very tall order, having lost to Sweden, you know, losing also losing their second group game to Japan. Of course, the next one was supposed to be like, let's see what they can do against Netherlands. But then I think that was their best game they played last night. As of this one, that's their best game they played so far. They lost 3-1 and ended up conceding 3 goals. But at least they played with pride, because Netherlands could have, you know, put them to the gunners as early as, I don't know, maybe as much as 6 or 7 goals, because they had a lot of shots, you know, on target, about 20 of it. They're out. So you have South Africa for the first time. You know, the celebration was as if they won the Africa Cup of Nations or something.
No, I was actually one of those who supported.
Okay.
I'm not happy what they're doing. Yeah. But I'm rooting for the entire continent.
Okay. He was very African all through. Yes, I remember.
Would you have been happy if South Africa had lost?
No, not really. I mean, I wanted African teams to progress, because at 10, you know, people were, I listened to some pundits who were actually saying why FIFA give us so much. I mean, you have 48 teams participating at the World Cup. So when it comes to football, Asia is not as good as Africa. When you go to Oceania, I mean, they're not even close. So who else are you going to give that if not African? So I think the beef now, we wanted it to be justified and say you're not just bringing in everybody. I mean, it's been very, very competitive. I mean to say the only was it ridiculous? No, was Curacao and Germany. Of course, you expect that to happen 7-1, but then the fact that they could even score, you know, was a plus for them. So we've seen that for us in Africa, we wanted something that people can say, yes, they didn't just give them the slot for nothing. So 3 already in. We have Ghana, of course. Egypt is top in your group. There's possibility Egypt to qualify. Ghana also in the pole position to qualify. You also have what are the other countries? You know, most of them. Senegal can still qualify, you know, because of the victory. Nicolas Pepe, you know, what he did last night, and we were able to, not Nicolas Pepe. I'm talking too many things at the same time. But you know, you see have teams that could actually qualify. So it tells you that our African teams, you know, have the possibility. We have the possibility of having close to maybe 7, you know, in the quarterfinals. Let's just see how this final round of games will go and see how many we can have at the end of the
contention, Senegal, Egypt, Cape Verde, Ghana, Algeria,
they're all in contention to actually get into the round of 32.
So for those who are in this round now, who are you queuing behind? Which team are you queuing behind to go a bit far? I don't want you to mention Morocco.
Why are you beating Morocco?
Yeah, I think actually, I mean, of all of them, we've seen how they played. Of all of them, Morocco is actually one that we go that far. We've also seen what... No, I won't put Côte d'Ivoire in the mix, because Morocco is facing Netherlands in a round of 32. So should they beat Netherlands, that means they can go all the way. If they don't beat Netherlands, of course, obviously they're going home. So another team I can also mention is Egypt. I've seen the way Egypt have played. They've been very tidy, and that tells you a whole lot what they can actually do. South Africa can go far. But the next opponent is Canada, so Canada wouldn't want to go home so easy, you know, on Sunday. But then let's see, the hosts don't want to go home. But they lost their last group game. I thought they could have been able to win that match, but they couldn't win it. So when you have teams when you have facing strong oppositions like that, you really can't see. But I think Egypt is a team. Egypt, you say I shouldn't pick Morocco. I think Egypt can go far. I don't trust Senegal, because they play very well, but somehow, you know, in the final moment, the way they concede their goals, that's something I'm afraid of. If you go back and watch the game they played against France, they played well, but the result wasn't a true reflection of how they played. So you have to be like really focused that 90 minutes and not to concede some goals, and see how you can, you know, just be awake the whole 90 minutes and then get your tactics right. So I wouldn't bring in Senegal into the mix. But I think Côte d'Ivoire, yeah. Côte d'Ivoire.
There's no way we can ignore Morocco.
No, I mean, she said I shouldn't mention Morocco, which she's already said that. Which
she doesn't like Morocco.
Because
okay, you don't like
because
them.
I don't like Morocco, but because of past performances, we can give them
credit.
They're the best in Africa.
We should be rooting for, and not because they're some of them are from the West African sub-region, but, for what their performance has looked like in recent times and how far they can go. And that's why I'm asking that question.
Yeah, because they are the first. In fact, in terms of performance, how far an African team has gone, Morocco is the highest.
It's the highest.
They got to the fourth.
So that's why they are also favorites to go far.
Let's root for a small country that I like so much, Cape Verde. What's your prediction? How? Even if they stop here, I think they've done well.
Yeah, they've done well, really. It's their first appearance.
They've not lost.
Just check all the African countries that have been to. South Africa, this is their 4th World Cup. They are getting into the round of 32 for the first time. Côte d'Ivoire too, for the first time. So you're looking at this country. Egypt finally got their first win at the World Cup. So Cape Verde, bro, compared to other African countries that have been in, I think they've really done well. Because for you to come to the World Cup and pick up your points, it's really not easy at all. So Cape Verde, if they live here, I mean, they've done justice to.
You've not mentioned our neighbor at all, Ghana.
No, we've talked about Ghana. Ghana. What Ghana did to England is what I love. I mean, I can't score you won't score me. So the goalless game they have, the Ghana on 4 points. I mean, just behind England. So it shows Ghana obviously will be in the round of 32. Except I don't know the calamity that will happen, but I'm sure Ghana. Ghana is just one of Ghana. Already, I mean, there's just one leg in the round of 32.
Ghana went to the juju priest. You see, remember it's for real. There's a guy they call the juju priest.
Juju really works for football, right?
I don't know, but it's all part of the. It's all part of what was. I think I saw the interview on the BBC or one of the international stations where the man was asking him, so can you now free Harry Kane to score since he didn't score against Ghana? Cecilia Omorogbe, who will win this World Cup? 3 countries at the tip of your finger before we go. 3 you are looking at likely winners for this World Cup.
Brazil, Germany, and France.
Brazil, why are you not mentioning Africa? Be patriotic.
Why are you not mentioning Argentina?
Please put an African country
I don't want to act like the Moroccan coach who says the way they've been playing, they went through the group stage unbeaten and they're round of 32 and then they can actually, win the World Cup. Since they won the under-20, under-20 is very close to the World Cup. It's possible.
Cecilia Omorogbe, always a delight to have you on the program. Thank you so much. We'll be touching base with you regularly, maybe weekend, so that we'll get to find out what's going on at the World Cup. Thank you.
Yeah.